You're right there. You're right. Hey, Maclu, how are you doing? I'm going to turn the music down a tiny bit. 2 seconds. As much as I want to cat jam all stream to this. A little bit loud there. That should be a little bit better. There we go. Hello, Maclu. How are you doing this wonderful Friday? Hello and welcome, everyone. Seals incoming. I wish, honestly. I wish. I get the feeling I'm going to get a couple of, like, decent rares, like, hopefully, like a Phyrexian Altar, maybe? Or, like, there was one rare I was thinking that I really wanted to get more than anything, and it's not on my list of rares that I'm sort of, like, more interested to open. I can't remember which one it was, though. Like, if I see it, I'll instantly be like, oh, yes, this is the rare that I'm after. But, yes, we've got ourselves a little, as you can see on screen, we've got ourselves a little, ooh. So, these are the cards that are sort of the big hits, I think. We're not opening collector boosters, so we can't get any of the etched versions. It is possible to get the alternate art versions, but I don't think it's possible to get them in foil, and it's impossible to get them in the textured foil. That's collector box only. But, yeah, we've got the Imperial Seal. First printed, well, only other time it's been printed was in Portal 3 Kingdoms in 1999. And, I mean, it's not going to go for the same price as when it released then, because it's different artwork. And better cards have been released since then, when it comes to Black Tutors. We've also got Renin 6, a fantastic reprint from Modern Horizons 1. Cavern of Souls, always a good land. Mana Vault, always a good thing to have in, well, any deck that needs good ramp at the start. We have the Eldrazi Titans. There is also the Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn, but we're not really that fussed about that one, because the value of it isn't as high, because it's banned in Commander. So, generally speaking, it's kind of not as big a hit as you'd expect. But yeah, we've got the Dockside Extortionist, and a card that I have actually not seen anyone open yet, which is Warrior's Oath. Not particularly good card. Warrior's Oath is 2 red mana for take an extra turn after this one. At the end of that turn, at the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. So it's not a super powerful card, really. Pulled a foil imp from first of my 4 packs. Hey, yo, that's awesome. Nice. Hopefully we'll pull something decent from this box. The other good ones, of course, are Force Negation. Again, a great card from Modern Horizons 1. Teferi's Protection and Smothering Tithe. A, let's just say, infamous card from Guilds of Ravnica. Oh, God. There we go. Okay. So, yes, we've got ourselves a sealed box of Double Masters Draft Boosters. I have gone ahead and ordered, or I ordered one when it was cheaper. I ordered a box of the Collector Boosters, but I don't know if I'll ever actually open them. More than likely, I'll just put them to a side, because that seems to be where the big money cards are. Like the Alternate Art Kozilek, the Alternate Art Ulamog, all those like big cards that you can get in the textured finish or the etched finish. They are where the money is in the set, and more than likely, I'm just going to get the box, keep it, and then sell it later, because I got it before they put the price up, because of the limited print run. But there's 24 packs in this box, so with any luck, we'll get something decent. Got my drink next to me. Really nice, actually. I got this squash from Sainsbury's. It's like mango and apple. It's actually really good. But it's got the same problem that any drink that has mango in, or any kind of like mango puree or anything, is that if you leave it to sit, the mango for some reason separates. I don't know what it is about it, but for some reason it always does that. I already opened 2 packs separate from my box and got some chaff, so it is what it is. But it's a fresh chance with this. Hopefully get a few decent mythics. But yeah, let's get it open. I've got my my boning knife here because, you know, why not? Why wouldn't you have a boning knife? So let's get this open. Cheers, an undercart. Hopefully this is a good one. My camera's at a bit of an angle, which is why it looks like it's sort of tilted forward, and I have to tilt it up to look like this. It seems to be the best way to get the camera to actually, like, look down on it right now. But I can work out something else in the future. But for now, it is what it is. So let's get this opened up. Do the whole display thing. Boning. It is kind of funny, gotta be honest. Tuck this in behind. So yeah, there we go. 500 quid a pop, go on. No. Even though this is not really a card that I'm really that interested in, I think that's Mimeoplasm, isn't it? I love that artwork. That's very cool. At least I think that's what that is. I love that artwork. But yeah, thanks very much, Cult of Mothman. Hopefully, we get some good pulls here. I have my sleeves ready. The slightly oversized sleeves. There's references to other cards in the set hiding. Ooh. Oh, like, oh, on that artwork. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool, actually, like, having artwork that references other bits of the artwork in there. Oh, hang on, I'm going to turn my light down a tiny bit. Getting a bit of glare there, a bit too much. There's a lot of detail on that, and I really like it. So there's a Dockside Extortionist there, I can see that. What loss are we looking at? Yeah, there's plenty of creatures on there. I'm not going to spend like an hour trying to find them. But here we are. So 24 packs. 8 on each side. I'm going to try and get these reasonably sort of like tidy and sort of sorted while I put them on here. So I'll try and get like mythics up here, then rares, foils, and then just chaff I'll just put to the side.
The female is already dripping like a knackered fridge.
Hey, Drogon89, thank you very much for joining the Knackered Fridges. Welcome in. Hopefully you get to watch me pull something decent. And if not, then, well, you get to laugh at me. And understand why you should never buy this product. Right, okay. Actually, I'll keep that to the side, because I'm going to put all of the loose wrappers in there. So I don't have to, like, chuck them to the side or anything. Put that down. There we go. Okay. So, the way that the packs are arranged... If the camera wants to focus, there we go. The way the packs are arranged is actually backwards to how it should normally be. So, if we wanted to open it up properly, we'd have to essentially... Like, to open it up the way that you normally would, where it's like the uncommons, then rares. You'd have to basically do it backwards and, like, reveal the cards as they come out. What would you just prefer? Would you prefer me to do it backwards? Like the way that it's actually done here, so you see the rares, it's the foils first, then the rares, then uncommons, then commons. Or should I like do it backwards and flip them over as I get them? I don't really know which way would be better, but yeah. Wait, does this got the pull tab? Yeah, this one does. Okay. So that's a nice first pull. That was a nice first pull on those, actually. On that first packet. So, what I'll do is I'll actually do it reverse then. Just so we can sort of look at them, flip them over and get the sort of the ooh, I've turned something over, you know. Oh, hang on, 2 seconds. My camera needs a bit of gain put on it. A camera for me. There we go. I've got the little webcam looking at me at the side there. I've got my main camera here for the cards, obviously. So these are going to be very basic commons to start off with. So we've got Anger Spree. What's that? Target creature gets +4, -4 until end of turn. Huh. Is that instant? Yeah, it's instant. 3 mana. It's not too bad. The Tuskguard Captain. Stormfleet Pyromancer. That gives me the impression that that's from the Ixalan block. If there's pirates involved. Raid mechanic. Yeah, that seems very much Ixalan. Seeker's Squire. It explores. Acceleration is a very good mechanic, honestly. It's not used enough as it should be. As much as it should be, I should say. Ranged assistant. Mill card add... Oh, okay. I don't know if I would ever use that in one of my decks, but... Hang on, I'm going to turn the gain down on my camera a little bit. So it shouldn't be glaring as much. No. There we go, I can see him a little bit better. Okay. Seeker of the Way is such a good card. It's great that it's in common as well. Anything with prowess. Well, like Jeskai Elder is a really good card as well. This is definitely going to be one of those sets that's extremely fun to draft. Glistman shown into the battlefield. Oh yeah, mill 3. You can put a land card from your graveyard on top of your library, so... The Gambit. Deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures. They can't block this turn. Not bad, not bad. So onto the uncommons now, so there's 3. So that's the body double. Any creature card in a graveyard. I feel like that could be quite useful in a few decks. It's just the problem with it being 5 mana is... Like, at that point, 5 mana, I think you would rather just pay slightly less mana and just do recursion, really, wouldn't you? Or just bring something back from the grave. I'll put that into our uncommon pile. Travel preparations. +1/+1 counter of each up to 2 target creatures. Flashback for 1 white. So that would go quite well in my... It's mono white, but actually it's Selesnya. Because it needs some ramp to make it work. Inquisition of Kozilek. Now, this has always been a card that I've sort of... Especially that artwork, I've always admired it. It's just like 1 black mana to do that right at the beginning of the game. Yeah, there's something about it that's just like being able to see what your opponent is doing right at the beginning. Especially in like a 1v1, or like standard, or like modern, or something like that. So we'll start off. This should be just a rare. We've got Judith. She's such a scourge diver. We love her. We love Judith. And then this can, I believe it's the same way as it was in Double Masters, the first one, in that the second one, it has the chance of being a mythic. Oh, good lord. Look at that. Cavern of Souls. Immediately. First pack. That is one hell of a start. Let's fucking go. That's right, Alistair. Let's G. Let's G. I like the I like your cut, G. But goodness gracious, that is a good pull. First pack. Cavern. And it's nice wide sleeve, but still. Does my camera want to focus? No. It's alright, fam. You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's like too close. It's probably too close. That is a card that goes very well in a lot of decks, especially in ones that are, well, like tribal, basically. Because you, like, especially if you're doing, like I say, a soldier's deck or dragons or something like that. This is what really stands out. So we're going to put that to the side. Excellent start to the box. And I'm just going to check how much that's currently going for, the new Cavern of Souls. Let's have a look. Cavern of Souls. Right, where's the Souls going? I believe it's like $40 to $50, something like that. At least that's what I think it was the last time I checked. That's all the colourless. City of Brass is also in this, which is really nice. Cavern of Souls, here we are. This is currently going for what looks to be about $57. So that's a really good start. Best decks for Cavern? Yes. But yeah, that's a fantastic start to the box. Absolutely brilliant. Brighten this up a little bit. Then we've got 2 foils. Call to the Feast. Now that will go fantastic in Ophelia's Vampire deck. Especially in foil. That's a very nice foil there. And then the last foil is Prophetic Bolt. Prophetic. Good for just sort of like, is it nonsense, basically. And then every pack comes with a Cryptic Spires, which is just sort of like... It's basically just sort of like an enters tapped land, and you can use it as a tap jewel. And then Vampire and Saproling token. So, close to the side. Brilliant, what a start. That's great. Alright. Let's move on to the next one. So if we can keep that up, and just get like 5 more of them, we'll be sorted. Egg. A little bit of a reference there for seal noises. Anyway, let's start again then. What do we got here then? Again, these are just commons. We're just kind of like simmering through them. Nothing really. I've seen a lot of Kasali Pride Mage. There's been so many box opening videos on YouTube recently of this set, especially the yeah, end the stream now. We've opened everything we need to. Great box, fantastic. Bye bye guys. It was great seeing you. Bye bye. Thank you. All right. Anyway, I've seen a lot of this card being opened, especially with collector boxes. It's as far as I'm aware, it's fairly good, especially like Exalted. Just and 1 mana to destroy artifacts and enchantments that would go great in my again, my Selesnya deck. That would go quite well. We'll see if we can get an alternate art version though. Webweaver Changeling. Changeling, every type, reach. 5 mana for a 3/5 with reach. When it enters, if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, gain 5 life. Not bad for a common. Here of the games. Yeah, that's one thing I noticed as an undercard as well, is that they've done... Like, there's a few that should really be in uncommon when they're still in rare, which is kind of annoying, but there are some really good ones that they've moved down, which is a really good a thing to do, because you really don't want to open up, like, a... I don't know if they were rare to begin with, but, like, the charms, like Jeskai Charm and stuff like that, you wouldn't want to open one of them as your rare, and you'd be like, really? Although, there's quite a few things that you don't want to open as a rare, but still. That's a Supernatural Stamina. That's me when food is involved. Ooh, that's an alternate art Thought Scour. That's a really nice artwork. With all the fairies. The Fey Fairies. I might put that into my my Esper sort of mill deck. That'll go quite well in that. I'm going to put some alternate arts separately, just so we can keep track of them. Anointer of Valor. I always like angels in Magic. Something about Magic cards that are like heavenly angel looking things. I think that's slightly misprinted. I think it's like shifted to the left a little bit there. It's a bit weird. Oh, I'm sure they are going to cause a stir in Pauper, that's for certain. Bloodflow Connoisseur, beautiful vampire. Now that is actually good as having a sack outlet that is literally just to sack a creature. That's that uncommon? I don't know, it's 3 mana, which is kind of annoying, but still, that's very good in... There's decks that'll really like that. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm going to put that to the side, actually. Because I could certainly use that. Put it there. Oh, now what an uncommon Path to Exile. And it's the old artwork. It's not the artwork that I prefer. I prefer the artwork with the lion... like the cat creature being like destroyed and turned into feathers. That artwork's my favourite, but still, this is a fantastic uncommon. Yeah. But I'm keeping that to the side because again, that's a very, very, very good card. Makes you want to run to the start to get some cards. Well, you get to watch me hopefully open some good ones and maybe open some bad ones, and then, you know, you can save your money, I suppose, can't you? Extract from Darkness. That's a little bit expensive for what it is. I mean, 5 mana to make them mill 2 and then get a creature from their graveyard. It's great, but, you know, it's a bit expensive. My local shop has a lot of the D&D. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the problem, is that set has some great cards in it, but, you know. Flying Carpet Merchant, yes. Hello, welcome in. We have already opened our first pack, and we got a wonderful Cavern of Souls, which is a good start. So yes, I'd say that's winning from the first pack. So this, I believe, is our first rare. Phyrexian Tyranny. Beyond the Grave and Dimir. Yes. Phyrexian Tyranny, I feel like I'm going to put that into my Pure Evil deck. Because anything that's like... Yeah, whenever the player draws a card, that player loses 2 life on the pace. Okay, this is just like... I'm going to put this into my Nicol Bolas Tribal. Because that's just gross. And I just love the idea of putting that down and being like, hey guys, I am a bit of a tyrant. Decent rare, decent rare. Second rare is... Dauntless Escort. That's a Rhino Soldier. Sacrifice it, creatures you control gain indestructible. That's actually really good for a 3-mana 3/3. And it is a soldier, actually. This is, I have my Selesnya deck, which has soldiers in, and some cards that interact with soldiers. So, like, I can't remember what the name of the card is, but, like, something that attacks, and you can pull a soldier from your hand onto the battlefield attacking. And so, like, you can have that come out, this comes out, and then you can sack it instant speed, and, yeah, give them indestructible. That's pretty good. I mean, it's a 3/3, so I'll take it, you know. Needs more Stormcrow. Yeah, true. And then for our foils, we've got Forbidden Alchemy. And then Arachnus Web. I do like the foils. Like, I don't really use them in my decks a lot because I'd want to have a full foil deck rather than just some random foils thrown in there. But the foils are beautiful. And then we have the Prowess Monk and the Egg. And of course our Cryptic Spies token. That's in every pack. I feel like Cryptic Spies didn't need to be in every pack, but they put it in anyway. So I'm going to have like 24 of them. Okay, so I'm just going to have a little sip, and then we'll get on to our next cards. Water. Yeah, I've heard that, though, Flying Carpet. There's been quite a few delays with certain products getting sent out, like the boxes of like even regular or the collectors. Cryptic Spire Tribal, yes. I would do that. It's kind of frustrating to see that when like someone's been waiting quite a while for a set to come out. But, I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. Plus there's the whole thing of it being a limited print run, isn't it? So, it feels bad, man. Let's get this open up. Right. So again, we'll just kind of blaze through the commons. Yeah, so I got my, I ordered my collector box off of Amazon, and they said the 14th is when it's going to arrive for me. So, yeah, there's a bit of a delay for myself as well. Yeah, exactly. You can watch how good and bad everyone's is, and then make your mind up whether it's worth, you know, actually opening it or just selling it off again. Severed Strands. Something about that card, that was from, I think it was Guilds of Ravnica, that one. Or Ravnica Allegiance. But I really liked that card. It was really powerful when I played it in a draft. Like an Initiate. Knightly Valor. I had that in my, when I drafted it, was 1 pack of Guilds of Ravnica, 1 pack of War of the Spark, and 1 pack of Core 2019. And I remember, like, I went with sort of, like, Knights and Soldiers, and it was an Ortsov deck, white-black. And it did pretty well. It had the Youthful Knight, the one that's a 1-mana 2/3, and it can't attack unless it's got an aura attached to it or an equipment. And that thing wrecked. Transformation is always good. Ground Assault. Lightning Bolt. Always a good uncommon. Golgari Rot Farm. I can always use these lands, basically. They always come in useful for me. We've got the Glory Scale Viashino. That's just Pride Rhino. It's just Pride Rhino, isn't it? It's beautiful. What's that? Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, gains +3/+3 in terms of turn. That's an interesting idea, but I don't feel like I would actually use it that much. Hey Aqua, hope you're doing well. Want some of the full art bounce lands for my amulet deck? Yes! They are very nice looking, the full art versions, aren't they? Okay, so now we're moving on to the rares. Oh. Back one there is a mythic. So that's Uriel the Miststalker. That's a mythic. Aqua, yes. I pulled a... First pack, I pulled a Cavern of Souls. So that's a good first pack. This is the third pack we're currently on. But we've got Uriel the Miststalker, which is the mythic. Hexproof. And gets +2/+2 for each aura attached to it. It's an aura commander, and I've heard that it used to be able to get quite scary. Especially when there's stuff attached to it that you can't remove, unless someone's got, like, mass removal. And then the second one that should be a rare. Glimpse the Unthinkable. Now, this was actually a card. This is a card that I actually wanted to buy, but never got round to buying a copy of, and I was going to put it into my Esper mill deck. It's like a mid-range mill type thing. It's a weird, it's like flyers but also mill. I never got around to getting a copy of this card, but I'm glad I got this actually. The flag bearer of Boomer EDH decks. Wow. Don't call me out like this. One of the more popular picks back in the days of EDH. Yeah, I'm sure Light Pause is better, but it is what it is. We've got Tuskguard Captain as our first foil. And then a foil Firemind Vessel. Interesting card, 4 mana for coming in tapped to add 2 mana of different colours. Bit expensive, bit slow, but I like it. And our tokens are... I love that artwork of the soldiers. It's actually like such a beautiful piece of artwork. And then it's the Fairy Rogue. I believe that was the Secret Lair artwork, wasn't it? I'm surprised that they're printing it just normal. That's 3 packs down, so on to pack 4. Like, balls go so fast. Yeah, I know. Pirate's Pillage. Yep. Flyblade Artist. Rampant Growth. That's interesting artwork, and I like it, but you can always use more Rampant Growths. Any ramp effects, you can always use more of them, so I'm going to put that to the side. How many Force Negations? None yet. But we did get a Cavern of Souls, so it's a good start, High Star, isn't it? Flower Power. Yeah, that's a first good pull for the beginning. Skeleton Archer. Such value. Wow. Much hit things. Makeshift Mauler. Militia Bugler. You just look at that and you just think, Bwah. I thought this card was fucking amazing when I first saw it. Hey, Tazabaki, good to see you again. Oh, thanks very much for the luck, Heister. Really appreciate it. Right, and then Chronicler of Heroes. And I think we're getting into the uncommons now. Yep. Rakdos Canarium. I'm going to put that to the side.
Reverb.mp3.
Cheers for that, Tazabaki. I appreciate it. Oaths of Pontiff. That's the 3-mana 1/1 with Haunt. I love that effect. That when it dies, exile it, haunting target creature. That's so cool. I love that effect. That's really cool. Summer Bloom. We play up to 3 additional lands this turn. Yeah, it really does need to come back. I need to put this into all of my decks with green in, because I always seem to, when I'm shuffling for the beginning of a EDH match, I always either have 1 land in my opening hand or 5. And being able to just play this and get them all out of my hand and be like, yeah, okay, I never need to worry about discarding to hand size or anything. I'm going to put that to the side. And then our first... Oh, thank you very much for the bits there. Also, 6/9. Nice. So now we have the first of our rares. pull from tomorrow. Draw X cards and discard a card. I feel it's a little bit... there's other cards that just do this better, aren't they?
L plus ratio.
Hey! Thank you very much for the subscription there, Drogon89. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And with Prime, yeah, use those Bezos bucks. Give it to the man. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. This very... subscriptions very slowly fund me getting more boxes, even though I mostly just buy them myself, but still. I feel like this is kind of an inferior, big card draw effect. I'm sure that my Urza deck has something that's, like, better than this. It's just pay 1 blue and X, and it's draw X cards or something like that. So I feel like this is kind of an inferior one, but never mind. And we've got Druxkull Reaver for a second rare. Flying, double strike, and lifelink. And whenever you gain life, draw a card. This needs to go... Blue Sun Zenith, exactly, yeah, that's just better. Love that matchup when playing Joyra. Yeah, I'll bet. My Urza deck is not really that powerful, though. It's basically just Artifacts, Tribal, and also Mind Control. But I feel like this could go in one of my decks, honestly. The Esper Control one. So I'm going to put that to the side. And our foils. 10th District Legionnaire. Good old Boros stuff. And Haste. Haste is always good. Second foil. Unearth. I mean, 1 mana for a return something with 3 or less is very good. So getting in foil is always good as well. And our tokens are Phyrexian Golem. That artwork is so good. Look at that. That's beautiful. And then we've got the Elemental. I remember that just from, like, Modern Horizons 1 and Core 2020, just always seeing that artwork. It got to the point where it's like, this again. But yeah, we're 4 packs in. We've got 2 Mythics. So, hopefully we've got some more decent Mythics now. Okay, we're just going to skip through these. Monastery Swift Spear. Again, always good. Actually, that does have haste, doesn't it? I'm going to put that to the side, because I need more haste creatures for one of my decks. Anger Spree, again, we've already gotten that one. Experiment 1. Battlefield Promotion, already got that. Vampire Sovereign, that's already in Ophelia's deck, but I think that used to be an uncommon. So, bring it down to common is always good. Capture Sphere, you can always do with forcing something to tap. It's always good. Wingsteed Rider. Travula's Amulet. That's the one that's sacrificed to search for a basic. Yes. That can come in quite useful sometimes. I'm going to put that to the side. That's a good common. Vampire Siege Rhino. Yes. So we've got our first uncommon. It's Washout. Return all permanents of the colour of your choice to their owner's hands. That's not bad. I mean, there's better things out there, but still, that's kind of cool. Skin Render? I was about to say Skin Tender. That's not right. And then last uncommon, sorry. Rancor. It's not bad, not bad. Right, our first of our 2 rares or mythics. Shattergang Brothers. Makes an interesting goblin deck, this. Sort of like symmetrical effects. That's an interesting one. John Demout, yeah, exactly. Second one. Aether Vial. Now, this is one that I actually needed to put to the side. I was going to put this into my Eldrazi deck, just for, like, putting more counters on and getting bigger things out. So, that's a good pull, I think. I'm going to put that to the side as well. Let's have a look at our foils. Einok Bondkin. Surreal Memoir. What's that do? I haven't seen this. Return an instant card at random from your graveyard to your hand. And then rebound. That's an interesting effect. I don't feel like anyone would ever really play that. But that's kind of cool if you've only got like 1 or 2 and you could use both of them. I mean, why not, you know? Put the side. Yeah, it's so strange, isn't it? And we've got Vampire and Saproling as our tokens. Always good to see. So we're on to card 6, pack 6 now. Card 6. Oh, wait, chub. Use your words. Right. Again, we're just going to kind of like skip through the commons. Macros Web. Perforus' Emissary. Oh, Bestow. Interesting. Deep Anal Cis. That's totally what it says. Grapple with the past. My camera, like this lens that I've got on the camera is like really struggling to focus properly. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. God's Willing, I actually love this card. This used to be an uncommon, I believe, but it is so good. This is actually legitimately such a good effect. If just for the scry, but also giving something protection from a color of choice. So I'm going to put that to the side. I can always use that. Grounds of Undeath. Mana Leak. I love that artwork, though. That artwork is lovely. I love cards that have got, like, that sort of, like... As you can probably tell from my, like, favourite colour as being orange. But for some reason, I just love cards that have got that splotch of orange of, like, sun or fire put in there. We need to get back into MTG. I forgot how good the artwork is. Exactly, Aqua. All my spell gone. Where? My spell. I loved it. Brindle Shower. I completely agree, though, Aqua. The artwork is, like, one of the best parts of this game. And Prophetic Bolt. That's our first uncommon of this pack. Psychic Symbiont. I haven't seen this before. What's this? 6 mana for 4 blue-black. Nightmare Horror with Flying, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card and you draw a card. I feel like it's a bit pricey for what it is. I'd be tempted to put it into that Esper deck I have, but... I just don't feel like it's worth it for the cost. Labyrinth Champion. That's heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets it, it deals 2 damage to any target. Not bad, not bad. So, onto our first rare or mythic. Farina Lich Queen. So that's in the... Is that Esper? Yeah. Whenever you attack with one or more zombies, draw that many cards, and then discard that many cards, you get that much life. That's kind of interesting. 2 to exile 2 cards from your graveyard. Created taps 2/2 black zombie creature token. Ah. Interesting rare. Interesting commander. Second one is... Abbot of Keral Keep. Again, that artwork's really gorgeous. You can kind of see it from the artwork I've got as my playmat, which is the... I mean, it was a red sorcery from Throne of Eldraine. It wasn't a very good sorcery, but I just love the artwork. But yeah, that's the second rare. Abbot of Keral Keep. That's Prowess 2/1 for 2. When it enters the battlefield, exile top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. Not bad. Could be better, but it is what it is. First foil is Webweaver Changeling. Second one is Seeker of the Way. Look at him on that Dark Souls bridge. Then our tokens are Treasure. And a ball. Vampire decks are so much fun, Aqua. A vampire deck is really, really fun. Ophelia has a Ortsov vampire deck. I think the main thing most people want to go for is a Mardu vampire deck because of Edgar Markov. But I actually really like Ortsov decks because I feel like I'd just be throwing in red cards for the hell of it. Alright there, Primal. How you doing, lad? I absolutely loved my Iron Brew today. It's delicious. Nothing quite tastes like it, especially when it costs only £1. How you doing, lad? You alright? Right, so on to the next pack. Again, we're just going to kind of blaze through. Oh, good. Look at how annoyed he is. Yeah, I actually have no idea what I'm going to do with all these Cryptic Spires. They're just like... I'm going to have like 26 copies of them, technically. But, yeah, they're just going to be sat there doing nothing, so... Hey, fair enough. If you're not a fan of Iron Brew, then don't drink it, obviously. Evelyn is another good vampire to look at, definitely. Lava Coil. Wipe your ass after taking a cryptic shit. Based. Based opinion. Advanced Stitch Wing. I suppose the main thing that people would want to do with them, really, because you've got all of these regular card back cards that I don't really have any value for Commander or anything like that. Just use them for, like, I put some white sticker over it and, like, draw your own tokens. If you don't want to use the, like, say if you've got a problem with, like, getting the alcohol of the ink on your hands or something like that, like someone that we know that plays with, using this as, like, to create a token with or create your own custom card, that might be a good use of it. Saves just chucking it in the bin. Or recycling, but still, you know. Momentary blink. I like card effects like that. Just kind of disappears and whoop, it's back. Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one, Drogon. Like, Jesus. Have we got a P.O. box? I do not, but I'll message you and have a chat with you about it. What you can do is you can have a look. You can tell me what's in it, or you can just, like, we could go on, like, Discord chat, and I can point out if there's any good cards you want to keep or anything like that, or sell or anything like that, you know. But yeah, I'll message you after this. We've got Eyeblight's Ending. Destroy target non-elf for 3 mana for an instant elf tribal card. Not bad. Aether Snipe. Bloodwater Entity. Right, onto the uncommons. Asban Falconer. Not bad. Not bad at all. Vampiric Rites. Again, a sack outlet. Not bad. I'll put it to the side. I'm thinking of making like a mono-black sacrifice deck at some point. Our third uncommon is Heroic Reinforcements. Not bad. So, first of our 2 rares and or mythics. Darksteel Plate. Gives something indestructible. Like Mr. Burns. And this has indestructible as well, which is very nice. So I'm going to put that to the side. Our second one is Supreme Verdict. This is one of the cards I was looking for, actually. Can't be countered, destroy all creatures. That's a really good reprint to be able to get. And I love that artwork as well. Artwork that's got a sense of scale to it, I think, is the thing that I enjoy the most. Like, you can tell that, like, something big is happening just from looking at the artwork, rather than it just being sort of like a guy exploding or something. Control player intensifies! It's Morbin! It's Morbin time! Right, I'm putting that to the side with the other rare. Those are good cards. And our foils are... That's... Hissing Iguana. Iguana. And then we've got a foil Jeskai Charm. Downshifted, I believe, from rare. I think. But, it is what it is. We've got Knight. And Zombo. Right, on to pack 8. Is that right? Yeah, pack 8. Yeah, that's right. Very, very few of these alternate art cards so far, which is kind of surprising to me, honestly. Let me just make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Right, okay. Let's get started. Elvish Rejuvenator, always good in an elf deck. And to be honest with you, it's just kind of good to be able to look at the top 5 cards, so you can always use that. Rift Bolt. Coiling Oracle. I love this card. I got it in one of my, I think it was in my Elspeth versus Kiora deck, and I had a few copies of this, and for some reason I just loved this ability of just entering and doing stuff. It was like, as a new Magic player, it was kind of like a whole other experience for me. A whole new world, let's put it that way. Get this commons pile straight, there we go. Oh, sorry microphone. Eel Umbra. And like Bound Kin. Carrier Thrall. Dreg Mangler. Last Breath. Onto the uncommons. Bloodbraid Elf. Again, a haste creature with Cascade. Not bad. I'm going to put that to the side. Blazing Hellhound. Another Firemind Vessel. And then onto our 2 rares or mythics. Villainous Wealth. That's target opponent exiles top X cards of the library. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from amongst them without paying their mana cost. Goodness me, that if you played that at the right time when you had just about the right amount of mana, that would be kind of gross, wouldn't it? Goodness me, okay. And then our second one. Ooh, hello. Look at that. That's an alternate art City of Brass. So any land that you can just tap for any color of mana, even if it deals a damage to you. It's not a City of Brass. It doesn't give you 1 and, what was it, 1 and a third mana or something? But still, that is a beautiful card. And it's a very good card as well. I'm going to sleeve that because alternate art is always a good thing in my book. Very nice. So that, like, as much as you could say it's like mythic or bust, with this set, I feel like there are some really, really good mythics. Sorry, there are some really good rares that just kind of stand out as being, like, unbelievably useful. So it's good to have them along with, you know, obviously with, like, you know, like jank chaff, but still. I can finally get a foil brass without paying 1,000. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So we've got our Winged Kotal. We've got Cartel Aristocrats. Camera, please. There we go. That's an it's always advisors with Ortsov, isn't it? We've got the Golem. Again, the Elemental. So that's our first third of the box out of the way. So at the moment, we've got Cavern of Souls and Uril as our mythics. We've got a few decent rares. We've got the Aether Vial. We've got City of Brass. We've got some decent cards out of this so far. So let's move on to the next ones. Discard Captain. Titan Strength. The search for crappy vampiric tutor continues. True, Zenondakar, true. It's only really got its money because of the rarity of it. It's, like, really hard to get out of a regular box. It's like, that's why I think, like, Warrior's Oath is, like, even though it's not a good card, it still has some decent value for being so rare, you know? Like, all of the videos I've watched of people opening these boxes, I haven't seen a single Warrior's Oath. Like, none at all. I don't know if they thought that was going to be, like, the big sort of, like, mystery hit that was like, oh my god, I can't wait. But, like, it turns out there's, like Imperial Seal, there's so many cards better than it. So it's like, alright. Jeskai Elder. Transformation. Ground Assault, we've already opened one of them. Right, here we go. Blood Artist. That is always a very good card. Camera, please. The amount of times I've been playing a game of Commander and I've heard Blood Artist triggers, and it's just like... Help me. Pulled any Shadow Apostles yet? No, I haven't pulled any yet, no. Unfortunately, I don't have 20 of them to put in one of my decks. Unfortunately. But I'm going to put that Blood Artist this side because that's a good card. Oh, there we are, another alternate art. Flicker Wisp. That's really interesting artwork. To the side. Myth Realized. That's a... I don't think I've seen this card before. Hang on. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a lore counter. And then 3 mana to put a lore counter on. Until end of turn, Myth Realized becomes a monk avatar creature. Yeah, I was going to say, it's one of those weird things, isn't it, Halonen, that, like, it's actually a gigantic thing. A 3-1. You don't realise how powerful that is, etc. But, yeah, that's an interesting uncommon. We've got the alternate art blood artist if you want to trade for it. If you're wanting this artwork version, I'd be happy to, because I'll take the alternate art version, I'll put it in Ophelia's vampire deck, and it'll, like, because the look of it would actually really fit with the deck aesthetic, which is kind of like vampire dudes with long hair, that sort of thing, you know, so, sure. Cool to see the OG Prince of Seal Haven't dropped as much as people thought. Just shows that, yeah, this is it. Especially that artwork of Imperial Seal is very sort of iconic. I remember watched Pay Money Wubby open up an Imperial Seal from Portal 3 Kingdoms, and it's like just seeing that the orange and the red from the artwork along with the stone. It's like it's so iconic, and you know it's a big thing because obviously like the white border and everything. But it's like the new version looks great, but obviously again it's not the old version. It's not going to hold that value because of that was a very, very rare card. Now there's a little bit more of it. But now we're on to the first of the rares. Never understood Morbius the Gathering. Yeah, I never really understood Magic the Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite a few people I talked to played Yu-Gi-Oh! Mostly, and I can understand why. It's like with the like, you know, the anime, everyone remembers it. Right, first of the rares or mythics. Marqueus the Lunarch. It's always quite useful. I think I have one already, but it's a good card. The second one. Alternate Art Grim Flayer. That's a black-green trample. I've been seeing one of these in pretty much every opening, so it's quite a common one to get as a rare. Top 3 cards of your library. Yeah, exactly. It's the artwork is a little bit busy, isn't it? I think that's the main takeaway from it. But it is interesting. It's a decent card. 2 mana 2/2 with all like those abilities and such. But the artwork is something unique. Let's put it that way. Bloodflow Connoisseur. Ooh, hello. Alternate Art Foil Privileged Position. That's a good hit for the foil rare. I didn't realise you could actually get the alternate art foils in this, but you can. The only one that you can't get, obviously, is the etched, and you can't get the textured foils. But that's actually a really good hit. I'm going to put that in a sleeve, because Privileged Position was actually one of the ones I wanted to get, but I wasn't necessarily after the foil alt art version. But that's a good pull. Okay. And then tokens are Cat Dragon. And then we've got Monk. You didn't play the video games, watch the anime, just enjoyed the card game. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, the amount of times I heard Pot of Greed from other people watching the anime, and it was like, alright, we get it. You draw some cards, we get it. We get it. Alright, open up this one. I would be happy to try learning how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! At some point. It's one of the things I never really got round to doing, you know? Right, another Rampant Growth. I'm going to put that to the side. Flower Power. Living Lightning. 10th District Legionnaire. Doom Traveler. I should probably put that to the side, actually, because Doom Traveler seems like a good card to have. You bought a Privileged Position before the reprint was preview. Ah, oh, typical, isn't it? Absolutely typical. Liliana's Elite. That's actually an interesting card, but I wouldn't be using it, I don't think. Still, it's good to have zombies. Deranged Assistant, we've already opened one of them. Traveler's Amulet. Everyone should get back into Duel Masters. So that's a Dreg Mangler. Right, so on to uncommons. We've got Arachna Spinner. Timic Growth Chamber. Always good to have. Scab Clan Giant. I'm just going to arrange my piles a little better while I'm here. There's the main difference I've seen people talk about, Primal, when it comes to Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that with Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you're trying to do a spell or like do an effect or something along those lines, and you can't do everything that you're trying to do on the card, you can't do any of it. Whereas with Magic, if you cast something and then some bits of it become invalid targets, you essentially just try to resolve as much of it as possible, unless it specifically has to resolve the one thing. So, like, there's all this stuff on magic cards of being very specific of wording. So, like, if something says, destroy 4 target creatures, that's bad. Whereas if it says, destroy up to 4 target creatures, that's good. That makes a decent card. Because if it says destroy 4, you have to select 4. If you don't, you can't do it. So if there's 3 creatures on board, you're screwed at that point, you know? There's lots of complexities in Magic with that sort of thing. But, I mean, the rulebook for Magic's like that big, basically, so I wouldn't even want to get into it. But first, the Rares or Mythics. Thistledown Liege. It's other white creatures and other blue creatures. And it's Flash, which is decent, you know? And then second one. As Foretold. I feel like I would want to put that into my Urza deck. Bit of a weird mythic, but I kind of like it. I like just being able to just play something for free, essentially. It's cool. Put that to the side. Not the best mythic, but, you know, whatever. We've already got a Cavern, so I can't complain too much. Foils are Momentary Blink. Yeah, it is mythic, unfortunately, as an undercard. It should be a rare, but there you go. You want to copy that for a Traxxas? Yeah, I get you on that. Ah, it's all good as an undercard. Like, a lot of people open that card. It is what it is. Solid Pride Mage again. And we've got the Spirit. And another Fairy Rogue. God, these pull tabs are so nice on these cards. They are legitimately, like, really nice to use instead of having to, like, fanny on trying to get, like, rip it apart, not rip the cards or anything, you know. Annoyed Dino. Stormfleet. Camera. There we go. Anger. Spree. Mana Leak. Oh no, my spell. God's Willing. Supernatural Stamina. Spell Pierce. Alternate artwork. That's very nice. I can't wait for what's he doing. Same as an undercar. Inject the cardboard directly into my veins. I get you on that. Chronicler of Heroes. Domestication. That's really kind of an interesting effect. Asban Charm. Stagger Shock. Alright, and on to the Mythics and or Rares. Males Aria. Ashenmoor Liege. I already have one of these in my... Well, it's like a standby for my Knights deck. I kind of like it, though. It's an interesting card with abilities like that. Aether Snipe for the foil, and second foil is... Oh, Domestication. There you go. We've got a Vampire and a Saproling. Right, next ones. Experiment 1. Pirate's Pillage. Call to the Feast. Advanced Stitchwing. Goodness. Hyena Umbra. I'm going to keep a hold of this, actually, because that's a good ability for 1 mana. Balustrade Spy. Interesting. It's actually an interesting effect. I'm going to put that to the side. Might go well in Ophelia's vampire deck, actually. Last Breath. Onto the uncommons. Bolts off Basilica. Can always use those. Bear's Companion. Aww. Friendly. Oh. Well. Breakthrough. Funnily enough, I actually listened to the Queen song Breakthrough recently. Earlier today. So... What's stuck in my head? Right, first the Rares or Mythics. Una's Prowler. And... Oracle of Moldiah. Oracle of Moldiah is actually a decent rare. I'm going to keep that. keep that to the side. So I could always use one of them in any of my decks that have got green in. Could always do with that. Foils are Relief Captain, Wall of Omens. I actually had a Walls deck for a while. Favorite Queen song? I'd honestly say my favorite Queen song, the one that I enjoy listening to the most, is Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy. I think that's one of my favorite songs that they do, like that was recorded by them. Sort of the vaudevillian sort of like theme of the songwriting. Something about that song just like, it's really fun to listen to. Don't get me wrong, they have lots of really good songs, but that one I just really enjoy listening to. Let's get my piles right. Gonna have a drink. How's everyone doing? Ah, apple and mango. Delicious. Right. Next. You should be hungover, but you're feeling fresh. Honestly, it's not the worst box we've seen today. Well, I mean, yeah, we've got some decent pulls so far. Primal Mate, you're always looking fresh. So that's just how it is. Half a bottle of Jura? My man! Fireblade Artist. It's actually an interesting effect. I'm going to put that to the side because it's got the haste. Thrive. Put that to the side as well. I should really get some more whiskey, like some scotch. No worries, Aqua. You do what you need to. Thanks for hanging out when you were. It's all good. I'd never expect you to hang out here. But I really appreciate that you do. Yeah, you too, Aqua. I hope everything goes up okay. Everything goes okay with what's popped up. Deep Anal Cis. Makeshift Mauler. On Kin. 50 for a 70 elite. Yeah. There's one. Shadowborn Apostle. I'm going to put that to the side. And put it in the regular pile, actually. Martial Glory. The Mythic Common. True. Ooh, Eternal Witness. That's not bad. Great Blade Marauder. Pretty good as well. Okay, Troll. Got a bottle of Jack Sat Waiting. Kitchen Sealed Time Spiral. That sounds really good. Hope you have a good bunch of games there. I've only managed to play... I've got a box... I got a box a while ago of Jumpstart. And I got some decent pulls from it. But it was mostly just to sort of box up the cards again into sort of like resealable packs. And then I can play games of Jumpstart with friends. And we did once, and it was last year. Oh no, it was earlier this year, sorry. And it was really good. It was really good fun. I need to do it more often, because Jumpstart is a really good sort of format to play. Right, first of the rares are Mythics. Imperial Archangel. That's Bant colours. Bring them on Monday night? Yeah, of course. I'll bring them tomorrow. Tomorrow? No. I'll bring them on Monday, yeah. Imperial Archangel. Flying Shroud. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to Imperial Archangel instead. That's an interesting card. I'm actually going to put that to the side. Second one is... Yo! There it is. Force of Negation. We like to see it. We like to see it. Wonderful card from Modern Horizons. That's getting straight into a sleeve. Again, highlights of lockdown in general, or just sort of like being at home while COVID was a thing, was me and Ophelia on Ophelia's the no-no-sphere. True. This is my no-no-sphere. Highlight of just like COVID times in general was on Ophelia's channel, me and Ophelia opening the box of Modern Horizons 2 collector boosters and pulling, there we go, and pulling an etched Force of Negation in the pack after the foil all bordered Urza. Just like, there were some amazing packs, and like seriously, one of the best boxes I've ever opened, ever. That's a really good hit. It still commands a premium for that. It just shows you how good a good, like, effective, cheap, be it even free counterspell is. Especially if it exiles the card and doesn't let them do it again. Fantastic pull. Right, foils. Seeker's Squire, a bit of a misprint on that one. It's a bit like off-center. I love that artwork on the Thought Scout, like that big V. It feels like that could be like album artwork or something. I really like that. And then we've got the Golem and the Elemental again. Alright, 3 more cards in this pile, and then we've got 8 left. So this is our... We've got 11 packs left, basically. I think what I might do as well is I might save up at some point and get a box of Modern Horizons 1. Just because it's such a good set. It's like... Yeah, it's out of print now, and... It makes a really fun set to draft. So even if I opened it up on stream, I would love to just, like, repackage it into, again, packs that you can share around again. But, like, yeah, you could draft it. It's just such a good set. It's got so much, like, big swings, big power, really interesting cards and effects. Right. Cartel Aristocrat, again, we'll just sort of, like, hop through these. That or get... one thing I was also considering at some point was getting a box of Ultimate Masters, the one with the box topper. Because that seemed like a really fun set to open, but, like, I think the weird thing is that set, the value is actually just in the rares, not necessarily the mythics. Sag Master sets are limited print. This set looks like fun to draft, but they've gone... Yeah, this is exactly it. Momentary blink. I was going to originally get another box of this and put it to the side, but I've realized that it's like... I could easily, like, put these back together and make some boosters, but... Yeah, that was the main thing to Undercar. It's just like, it is going to be gone as fast as it comes along, but I'm going to get this collector box. I mean, it's only 4 boosters, but still. There can be some really good cards in there. I'm just going to put it to the side and see what happens to the value of the box, and I might open it up, I might just sell it. Like, I don't know. Is it Charm? That can always be useful. So I'm going to put that to the side. Disfigure. That's actually a... Yes, I pulled a Force of Negation in the previous pack. Excellent, excellent card, isn't it? Like, that artwork as well. Like I said before, it's got that like, hint of the orange and the red from the spell being cast. It's just such an iconic piece of artwork now. It's instantly recognizable. Mentor of the Meek. Again, always a very good uncommon. River Hoopoe. Not bad. Devoted Druid. So, I believe this can be the cause of some infinite combos and such. I'm going to put that to the side. Maybe I'll have my first deck with an infinite loop in it. Who knows? I'm generally not a fan of those sort of decks, but there's a first time for everything, isn't there? Let's see what our rares and or mythics are. First one is Sidisi, Brood Tyrant. Once the battlefield attacks, mill 3 cards. One or more creature cards went to your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie. So I guess the idea is that you'd fill it with tons of like really cheap creatures that can be recursed and just brought back, put into the graveyard. I mean, oh, wrong pile. And then second one is Dragonlord Silumgar. That's the next mythic. That's the Elder Dragon, which is going to go into my dragon deck. When it enters the battlefield, gain control target creature or planeswalker for as long as you control him. Not bad, not bad. Sidisi Spider Spawning. Oh, yeah. I can see that being really fun to play. Again, not the best mythic, but I'm really happy with what we've pulled so far. Like, I mean, a Cavern of Souls, hello. Foils, Pirate's Pillage. Ports of Pontiff. And our tokens are, again, the beautiful soldier artwork. I absolutely love that. Camera, please. There we go. And egg. I was doing okay. 10 packs left. Still got plenty of chances for some decent rares. That's the wrong gold monkey. Let's see a mythic one. True. Dick side or bust. Hey, yo. Drogon. Is there something that you're sharing with the class? Hello? Hello, Drogon. Go on. Go on. So Dick side, ayo.
Fucking cringe, mate.
Alright. So we got Might of Old Crocer. Again, combat tricks. Titan's Strength. Hey, it is what it is, alright? You said it, not me. Forbidden Alchemy. Relief Captain. This is the captain that lets you go pee-pee. That spooked you, the sudden voice. Oi, oi, Savaloy. Hello, Spud. How are you doing? Hope you're having a... Oh, you were streaming before. How was the rest of your stream? How was, what were you playing? It was Destroy All Humans too, wasn't it? Give you a little shout out there. Yeah, Destroy All Humans. How was it? How was your stream?
L plus ratio plus people level.
Thank you very much for resubscribing. As you can see, I've got the I've got the guy who does the little dance up at the top. Oorah! Add a new voice request, the Vampirian copy pasta. Oh no. Yeah, I've heard really good things about that game. I remember playing a demo of it when it first came out years and years ago, and I just remember it just being like really fun to just blast things for like as wildly as possible, basically. I'll definitely take that into consideration, Primal. It would have to be a nice low rumbly voice when I say it. Did you know? The closer... Anyway. And Kotal. Settle Beyond Reality. I really like this card, even though it's kind of crap. I just like being able to do both. There's something about that. It's just... It just, you know... It gets me. Ooh. Hey, Zanondarkar, you were looking for these, weren't you? Although, I think you were looking for the foil ones, weren't you? But still, Alternate Art Selesnya Sanctuary. Another Jeskai Charm. Surreal Memoir, again. Weird one. Alright, so we've got our rares or mythics. Thraxemondar. That's a zombie assassin. 7 mana for a 6/6 with haste. When it attacks, player sacrifices a creature. Whenever a player sacrifices a creature, again, +1/+1, so it's not bad. Next card is Leonin Arbiter. That's players can't search libraries. They must pay 2 for that player to ignore this effect. Goodness me. It's annoying that it's only once per turn, not once per, like, time you try and search. But it's still kind of a cool effect, honestly. Our foils. Thrive. And Centaur Battlemaster. And then we've got the I actually need this token, Eldrazi Scion. I like that. I like that artwork. And I'm going to put that to the side. Oh, Spud! Go on. Get that in order. Oh, yeah. So is it like it can just play this music for you? Yeah, something so satisfying just about just having this sort of music in the background. You can just, like, cat jam to it. Right, okay, so, let's get on to 9 packs left. This one here. Still got a chance for more mythics. We've got 4 mythics so far. Nah, don't worry about it, Spud. It's good. It's a good thing to have. Ingenious Scab. Elvish Rejuvenator, always good. Fiery Fall? Yeah, Fiery Fall. Liliana's Elite. great, isn't it? I'd say just make sure that you actually, like, link it so that people can see where you're getting it from. So, like, if anyone's curious, this is where the music's from. This guy's created this fucking AI that generates gent music. It's just so good. I'm subscribed to him on YouTube. I donate to him on Patreon, just as a thank you for what he's done. And he doesn't really... Apparently, just doesn't care if people use it. It's great. Sensor Splicer. Beautiful. Ooh, that's nice artwork. Unearth. Alternate artwork. Ooh. Camera, please. There we go. That's nice artwork for that one. Agony Warp. Demir Aqueduct. The Aqueduct. Let's save that one. Go for the Throat. That's 2 mana to destroy a non-artifact creature. Not bad. I'm going to save that. Tower Gargoyle. I actually wanted to get one of these to put in my Esper deck, so I'm going to put that to the side as well. But let's get to the rares and or mythics. Weathered Wayfarer. It's I mean, it's just a good 1 mana being able to search for lands. Search for a land card. Any land card, which is just, I mean, hello. Second one. There's a regular one. Privileged Position. So I'm going to be using this for certain. That Privileged Position is a great card. It's going to go greatly in my Selesnya deck. Give everything, all these angels, hexproof. And for our foils, we've got Fireblade Artist. Another foil rare. Bring to Light. I don't feel like this should be a rare at all, but it is what it is. I mean, yeah. We've got Knight and Zombie. Right, last 8 packs we're down to now. So I'd say, generally speaking, so far this box has been sort of like, I'd say like a 7 out of 10 so far. Like, there's been some whiffs when it comes to like mythics and a few whiffs on the rares, but we've generally had some really good rares here. Like, useful cards. I mean, Force of Negation, Alternate Art City of Brass. At least 1 Spaghetti Monster. I mean, you get what you're given, you know what I mean? I would love to see a Spaghetti Monster. If I don't get one, I can easily sell a few of these cards and buy one. I was thinking of making my, what's currently my mono green Eldrazi deck. I would be tempted to get an alternate art version of Kozilek or Ulamog, just as the commander, because the alternate artwork is beautiful. But getting in foil, that's asking a lot. Elvish Rejuvenator. Rift Bolt. Experiment 1. Seeker's Squire. Bunch of Stitchwing. Battlefield Promotion. Here's a medkit, patch yourself up. Settle Beyond Reality. Traveller's Amulet. Wall of... Oh, this is our first uncommon. Wall of Omns. Rancor. Sign of Darkness. That used to be like one hell of a card back in the day, as far as I remember. Certainly something. Right, to our rares or mythics. Dax Duplicate. That's a bit of a weird one. And the second one. Oh, it's Marchesa. The Black Rose. Oh, she looks like she's a troublemaker. That's a good rare. I like that. Makes a very interesting commander, I'll say that. And then our foils. Liliana's Elite. Sensor Splicer. Soldier and Egg. So what are we thinking of? Do you think we're going to get one more mythic? I would hope so. I think the average is like 4 to 5, I think, mythics in a box. So, we can hope. Let's put it that way. We can hope. Right, again, we'll just kind of speed through these commons. Get these models looking a little bit more serviceable. There we go. Aristocrats. Skeleton Archer. Spell Pierce. Knightly Valor. Dreg Mangler. Bloodflow Connoisseur. Mistfire Adept. Uncommon. Tedraxis Spectre. It's a 3-mana 3/2 flying. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they play discards a card, and you can unearth for 4 and a black. Not bad. There are better uncommons out there. Sprouting Thinrax. Or just Thernax. Thrinax? Yeah, Sprouting Thrinax. It's a lizard. Isn't it gorgeous? Look like gorgeous lizard. Right, first round. Ooh, Pillar of the Peruns. Interesting. Because it's only cast a multicolored spell. So this will come useful in a in like my dragons deck that I'm thinking of doing properly. That would be quite useful in that. So I'm going to put that to the side. The second one is, hey, it's Sussy P, Seasoned Pyromancer. That's a good mythic. It's still relatively held its value, and it's not really a commander staple, but it's very good in modern, as far as I'm aware. So I'm going to put a sleeve on that. That does mean that we're more than likely not going to get another mythic, but I'm actually really happy with the mythics we've gotten. Yeah. It's a good card, this. I've actually got one already from Modern Horizons 1 and never got around to selling. I thought I might be able to use it in something, but yeah, I mean, I could probably build like a modern mono red deck or something like that with a couple of these in. But either way, it's a great hit. And our foils. Go for the throat. And then Izzet Boilerworks in foil. Knight and Zombie. We're going to see one more. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I wouldn't mind seeing a... So of all the cards we've got on here, we've hit 2 of these cards. We've hit Cavern of Souls and Force Negation directly on top of each other. Very unlikely we get the Seal. Very unlikely we get Renin 6. Wouldn't mind an Eldrazi. Teferi's Protection or Smothering Tithe would be nice. Or a Phyrexian Altar. I would love to see a couple of them. Right, put that back down there. Right, okay. Let's open a few more. So we've got, after this we have 5 packs. Hissing Iguana. An Tree Emissary. Miss Web. Lava Coil. Hey, Shadowborn Apostle. That's 2 of them. If the snipe. Not nearly enough. We need at least like 20 or like 30 or something like that. We've got a Bondkin. Martial Glory. Lightning Bolt. We can always use them. Glory Scale Vishano. And a Centaur Battlemaster. Okay, so our rares or mythics are... Ulash, the Hate Seed. Hellion Hydra. That's an interesting piece of artwork. That's 4 mana for a 0/0. Enter with +1/+1 for each other red creature you control and +1 for each other green. Move a 1/1 from it to either deal 1 damage or create a Saproling. That's... that could do well in certain decks. Second one is... Kedarect Leviathan. I got wrecked with this rare. You know what I mean? 8 mana 5/5. Return all other non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Goodness me. That's kind of... that's certainly something, let's put it that way. Foils are Strands of Undeath. And Stagger Shock. Vampire Saproling. Right. Again, we'll just get through these quickly. Titan Strength. Genius Scarb. Rampant Growth. Alternate Art. I already got one of these, actually, so I'm happy about that. I have 2 of them. Eyeblight's Ending. Port Scour. Wrong pile for that one. Hyena Umbra. Again, it's a decent card, but I already have one set to the side. The Gambit. Wingsteed Rider. Azorius Chancery alternate art. Now that artwork is beautiful. That is gorgeous. I'm putting that to the side. Bant Charm. Dragon Arch. You may put a multicolored creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Hello? Hello? That's going straight into that dragon deck I'm building. Hello. That's awesome. Right, rares or mythics? Master Biomancer. And Glenelendra Mage. I think I already got one of these. Foil Lava Coil. A Burning Tree Emissary in foil. Spirit and Fairy Rogue. Alright, 4 packs left. Come on. Let's see one more. One more mythic. Thrive. Relief Captain. Balustrade Spy. Capture Sphere. Anointer of Valor. Agony Warp. Lightning Helix. That's always a good card. Flicker Wisp. Again, it's always a good card. League Guildmage. It is what it is. Right, our rares or mythics are... Gifts Ungiven. That's a really interesting card. Move that to the side. And then... Aurelia the War Leader. Oh, not the mythic we're looking for, unfortunately. Makes a great commander, but not the card we're looking for. So, it's all down to the rares in these last 3 packs. Hopefully we'll get something good. Yeah, weirdly banned in commander. It is what it is. Not the best hit for that mythic, but we've already gotten a really good couple of mythics, so I'm not necessarily, like, the most expensive Boros card, exactly. Elvish Rejuvenator. Settle beyond reality. It's kind of odd thinking that that's, I was going to say, you'll love that Mothman, wouldn't you? It's kind of weird that that's banned in Commander. Obviously, there's some reason why it is, but it is what it is. Let's get something good. Come on. Yeah, I can understand that, wanting to build a Kalia deck from it. It's a nice alternate art Pride Mage. The artwork is very cool, honestly. It's very sort of like... It feels like artwork that Journey would use, you know? Look at him. Also, he has the orb with Sauron's eye in it for some reason. So he's evil. So we'll put him to the side, but he is evil. Nightfall Crowset. I would be tempted to make a deck with Aurelia, honestly, as the commander. It's all about combat. Unearth. Makeshift Mauler. Disfigure. Is it Charm? Right, Vampiric Rites. Not bad. Bounty of the Luxor. I believe this is downshifted from where? Thank God. I'm going to put that to the side, actually. I could use that. Labyrinth Champion. Rares or Mythics. Venser. Interesting. Flash, when it enters the battlefield, return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. Interesting effect, actually. Very interesting effect. Second one is... Dromoka's Command. That could be quite useful in one of my decks, actually. I'm going to put that to the side. Anointer of Valor. That second foil is... Bloodbraid Elf. Monk and Fairy Rogue. Alright, last couple of packs. Let's just get through these now. Get it out of the way and we can go over what we've gotten. Bwah. Hidden Alchemy. God, it's so warm here at the moment. I had to unplug my fan because it's a little USB fan thing that I've got, but I have to plug my camera in, my webcam. So I've had to make do with the heat as it is. I'm sure it's nice and warm where everyone else is. Mole Drifter. That is always a good card. I'm going to put that to the side. Biogenic Upgrade. Firemind Vessel again. Got another one of them. Right, the rares or mythics are Wasitora, the Nekoru Queen, Cat Dragon, Flying and Trample for a 5-mana 5/4. Whenever it enters the battlefield... Oh no, whenever it deals combat damage to a player, if that player sacrifices a creature. If they can't, you create a 3/3 black, red, and green Cat Dragon. Keely Dragon. I'm going to put that in the Dragon deck, because why not? The second one is Dragonlord Dracoma. Again, not the mythic we're looking for, but that is going into my Dragon deck, because that is that's a great effect. Can't be counted, flying lifelink 5/7. Like, hello. Can't cast spells during your turn. Goodness me. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 mythics. 7 mythics total. I'll take that. Is it Charm? And a Rift Bolt. Right, last pack. Let's see what we get. I'll take a pack with accidentally 6 copies of Phyrexian Altar, thank you. But yeah, overall this box has been really good, actually. I've been happy with what I got. Cavern of Souls, Seasoned Pyromancer. That's 1, 2... I think that's 2 or 3, like, really good dragons. And Force Negation. We've got the full art, the alternate art privileged position in foil. We've got the alternate art City of Brass. It's going to be a Tithe, I wish. Oh, we got a nice Liliana emblem. Deadly Recluse. Shout out to you, Stewie Omega. I know you love this card. Monastery Swift Spear, alternate art. Aristocrat. Grapple with the past. The box we saw today was actual ass. Really? Like the one in the store, or just sort of other ones you've seen opened? Like, was nothing decent pulled from it? Severed Strands. Oh no, really? That's really bad. God, I feel lucky that I got this box then. Oof. I'm guessing they got hosed in their value. Boros Garrison. I could always use one of them. So could you, Mothman. Crackling Doom. That's always a good card. Spider Spawning. Okay. Moment of truth. I'm going to open this one first. Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this ent-looking motherfucker? Each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. That could make an interesting deck. That could actually make an interesting deck, so... Not bad. And then... Yeah, that's a good last rare. Conqueror's Flail. Doran Trump Wall Tribal. But yeah, I'll take a Conqueror's Flail. It's not a bad rare. It's kind of a scary card, not gonna lie. I don't think I've ever been able to play this card properly in my Knights Mardu deck without someone immediately wanting to destroy it. Just the fact, like, I don't even do anything necessarily bad on my turn. It's just the fact that it stops people doing stuff is really dangerous to deal with. It is what it is. Grapple with the past. And a Bant Charm. Alright, well... Oh, that's spirit artwork. Skeleton Archer's creature type. I have like 4 of them, so I'm sure I can find it. Let's have a look. Let's find it. Let's find it for you. Let's do it as an undercard. Let's find out what its creature types are. It's literally Skeleton Archer. The type is Skeleton Archer. Yeah. Very creative over at WotC, aren't they? Right, okay, so looking back at the rares that I've just sort of put to the side here, so we've got Conqueror's Flail, Doran, Venser, Gifts Ungiven, Elendra Mage, Biomancer, Leviathan, Ulasht, Marquesa, Dax Duplicate, Weathered Wayfarer, Lane and Arbiter, Faximundar, beautiful Force of Negation, always good to see. I'm going to put that with the Mythics because it basically is a Mythic. Ashimor Liege, Mariel Zarya, Liege, Lunark, Villainous Wealth. From tomorrow. Phyrexian Tyranny, I'm going to put that to the other side because that's always good. And then we got the Boyle Privileged Position. I'm sure that'll go for a decent amount. City of Brass, hello. So out of the box, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 10 alternate art cards, which is interesting. Let's bunch of actual value cards and fun cards. Yeah, that's what I thought. It has some decent value cards that I can just sell. I can sell the Cavern of Souls, the Force Negation, the Seasoned Pyromancer, and that'll get me like a decent chunk of change, you know. I mean, that'd be like what, like 40, 50, like 60 or 70 quid, maybe 80 quid. Well, it'd probably be more actually thinking about it, because Force Negation goes for 30, so it'd be closer to 100 probably. And they've got some really good cards here that I'm actually going to be using. So, yeah, I mean... Do the looks of Flicker-Wisp. Dragon Arch. Oh, we've got 11. 12. Oh, it was 12, actually, I think. Pillar of the Peruns is interesting there. Yeah, 12. Real Archangel. The Umbra. Blood Artist. Well, this is exactly it. If you get one, then you might as well just sell it, honestly. Because, I mean, it's not that good a card at the end of the day. It's just, I mean, if it was an instant, it'd be amazing, but it's a sorcery. Yeah, Supreme Verdict, Darksteel Plate, Aether Vial. You know, like, I got some decent rares in this box. Glimpse the Unthinkable. I love that card. Yeah, I'd say overall, I'm really happy with this box. This actually did really well. And then obviously the value cards, Force Navigation. Well, this is exactly it, isn't it? Force Negation, Dragon Lord Dromoka, the War Leader, Seasoned Pyromancer, Dragon Lord Silumgar, As Foretold, Uriel, and then that first pack was what made this box worth it, honestly, with that Cavern of Souls. It's a fantastic first pull. Very, very good first pull. Hello, Grey. As foretold, this box was. It was alright. Yeah, and we just finished opening this box, Grey, and we got our first pack was a Cavern of Souls, which is a nice pull. Otherwise, it was a fairly alright box. Yeah, it foretold really should be a rare, just for the effect. It, like, I mean, come on. But yeah, we got some decent mythics out of that. Like, not the best, but I'd say one of the better ones. Unfortunately, yes, Grey. I started at 9 PM, and it's just gone, you know? The time has just flown. But I'd say overall I'm really happy with that box. I'm going to get some of these sold, check what the prices are for some of these other cards, and then put the funds towards funding another box of something else. Maybe another box of this. I doubt it, because I would rather just put the money towards buying the singles that I want, or like that I need. Best pull was that Cavern of Souls. I'd say that's like $50-something, maybe $60. But there's a bunch of other cards that are like between the $10 and $30 range, like Force Negation, a few other pulls. I did pull a really nice looking alternate art City of Brass, which is a good card. And then my alternate art foil was Privileged Position, which is a nice foil rare, but I also got a regular one, a regular Privileged Position. Yeah, the ship's sailed on it. Yeah, exactly. So it's like people just aren't going to get them anymore, you know? Yeah, thanks very much. Always happy to support the store. Always happy to. People should always support LGSs first over Amazon or big old sales like that. But yeah, no worries. Thanks for Nunticart. Talk to you in a bit. Yeah, see you on Monday. But yeah, that's the box. We did decently well. We only got two of the cards on... We only got two of the cards on this list. One on top of the other. Bros before Bezos. Yeah, true. Would have preferred some different mythics, but I mean, honestly, at this point, it's better just to sell the ones that I'm not going to use, and then just get the ones that I want. So, like, I could always do with a Kozilek or an Ulamog, but I can always just, like, put money aside and get them at some point. It's not worth opening packs to try and get one, because it's very, very rare to actually have that happen. Because more than likely you'd pull a mythic from a pack after like 7 packs, and it'd be like a Dragon Lord or something like that, you know? So might as well just get the singles. I just like opening these boxes on stream. They're fun to do. It's fun to have the it's nice to have the support from everyone in the community who likes watching me open boxes. Plus it kind of informs people not to buy boxes if they don't know of what they're going to get, you know. But yeah, I'm happy with that box. We did decently well. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call it. I'm going to see who's streaming, and we're going to raid into someone. I need to pause this stream. Who's streaming at the moment? Oh my god. What are people playing? Trying to raid into someone who's got less viewers. How about that? Seems like the best thing to do. Let's... Why don't we raid into Lolita Puff? She is a VTuber who is currently streaming some League of Legends. But in reality, she's absolutely fantastic. She's does lovely little, like, calm, casual streams. And she's doing currently a collab with someone else. So, why not, you know? Throw some love that way. So let's get the raid started. Let me make sure I've got it working properly on here. Raid... Shadow Legends, no. Calm, casual, and League. It doesn't really... Those two words don't go together, do they? But, you know, it is what it is. I think they're just playing it to have a bit of a chill, you know... Let the rage be at someone else, you know? But yeah, thank you very much for hanging out. Thanks for watching me open this box. I'm going to get all these sorted and sold if I can. Otherwise, I'm going to try and put them into my commander decks, because they could always do with some upgrades. But we'll get a raid message for the stream. Let's get a raid message that has my emotes. I do like using my emotes as much as possible. Let's use this as the raid message. Why not? Chubby raid with a little dancing Gomez. Why not? I do like that Gomez. Ah, cheers, Dragon. I really appreciate it. We're usually either opening boxes of Commander cards, or we're playing some Elden Ring without being able to dodge, or we're just like chilling out on some shooters or something like that. So, comfy vibes. I do impressions. I try to make people smile at least, at bare minimum, or at least laugh at me. But anyway, let's get the raid going. Thank you very much for hanging out. I'm most likely going to be live again next week, but until then, stay safe and take care of yourself, okay?
Raid.